Hey everyone, last time I reviewed Klesh's Paydirt, it became one of my most watched videos ever. Over 15,000 views and still climbing steadily. And the comments you all left, some were brutally honest, but most were incredibly helpful. I was rushing a bit, I was losing gold, and yes, I forgot about the magnetics. I did follow up on that video with another one running through the tailings, and I found that I did lose some gold indeed. So today I'm giving it another go. Same great seller, higher gold minimum, better technique, maybe. So let's see if I actually remember to move the black sands this time before I dive into the water. Magnetics first. I have evolved a bit. And don't skip ahead. I've got a teaser about my upcoming trip to Denver, where I'll be on Shane's actual claim for the first time. January snow and ice be damned. If there's a nugget with my name on it, I'll find it, hopefully. So let's pan this out and maybe not make a fool of myself this time. And keep those comments coming. Let me know if I've improved or regressed. I'm far from perfect, but I do really enjoy this hobby and the supportive community. This time I have a Gold Strike Paydirt half-gram guaranteed from kleshgold.com. We're going to go through this. I'm going to follow all the proper techniques that I should be, but let me know if I don't. And last time I got over 1,000 views in the first week. So you can see the stats there. I'll put a close-up of that. Depending on the views you get in that first week, you get some percentage off your next purchase, your next Paydirt bag. Now let's maybe not take 3 months to get me up over 10,000 so I can actually get the 50% off my next bag. So let's get these views, likes, comments, subscriptions. Let's get them rolling. Let's see how this goes. Nice. All right, let's open this up. Looks very similar to that first batch. See some dust in there. Let's classify that down to plus and minus kitchen strainer size. And when I go to pan, I will rinse the bag out with water. You guys want some music? Nah, not that. Nope. Oh, hell no. All right. Good enough. All right, let's look at the big stuff. Any visible nuggets in there? Pickers. I see some flakes there, yeah. All right, first things first, magnetics. Is there anything in here? A little bit, yeah. Oh, wow. Don't see anything in there, but I'll pan it just to be sure. Put that in here. Now let's run through the magnetics on the minus kitchen strainer. Oh yeah, a lot of magnetics. Wow. They want to walk up the, I've never seen that. They're trying to walk up the side here. Well, that's interesting. Anyone else ever have that happen? I feel like if I pull it all the way out, it's just going to stick to the magnet. Now, let's see here. I don't have much of a choice. Trying to work out. I think some of the non-magnetics will fall out of there if I do that. well-oiled machine right here. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna get around pulling out the magnets. Let me do it over here, see if they fall off. I feel they're just gonna come right up on that, right up on the magnet on the way out of there. So I'm trying to drop it back in and hopefully release any potential trapped gold. So if you're not aware, gold is not magnetic, so removing this magnetic material makes it a little easier to pan in general. I guess I'm just gonna have to go for it. A little bit stuck to it. All right, let's try that again. A little less diggy so it stays on the bottom of that. And I'll pan through the magnetics just to be sure, but a little bit walking up there. Interesting. Hopefully I fixed the issue where my tripod was slowly creeping down. Now let's add some rinse aid, otherwise known as jet dry. We'll add some of this in there. And what this does, it helps break up the surface tension of water. And I've gone through it in one of my other videos where I showed you the difference between panning with or without the rinse aid or jet dry. So really fine particles of gold could float on the surface while you're panning. So you want to kind of minimize that risk by adding in some of that rinse aid. What is the word that it's, I forget, there's a technical word that it's called. I'll pop that up on the screen here. Let's start with the Plus kitchen strainer. And I already saw some gold in there. So let's get that nice and wet, stratify it down. Stratifying it like that helps loosen the material up and helps the heavier material like gold sink to the bottom. Try not to rush this time. Try to pan that back and see what we see. There's still a lot of material in there. I'll probably run some off, but I want to make sure I see the gold in there that I saw when it was dry. Yeah, there's still at least a few pieces in there, a few flakes, maybe 3 or 4. Let me work on that a little more. Pull out some of those bigger pieces so they don't knock the gold out on their way out. That's a cool looking piece. Let me know if you see anything in here I'm missing that's kind of a cool rock or something that's worth pointing out. Carefully so that no gold goes off the side there. So I saw one creeping up there. All right, let's pan that back. There's about 4 colors in there. Nice. That one's a little darker, but it seems to be staying up there. We snuff that up. Wow, all four in the one. Let me just pan that just another time. All right, I'm fairly confident I didn't miss anything. And like I said, I will be going through the tailings at a later date, maybe on a sluice or something like that. Now let's go through the minus kitchen strainer. I'll just start with a couple of little spoonfuls, shovelfuls. Some of it's a little clumpy on the surface, floating, even despite the rinse aid. Make sure that goes in there. Break that up there. That happened to me last time as well. Interesting. I don't want to lose even the smallest flake of gold. Like whack-a-mole. All right, that's enough out of you, Grub Steak Gus. Ugh, that guy, so critical. Maybe this Kroger brand rinse aid's not as good. I don't even see suds in here. Let me add a little more. Seems to be a better. Make sure that wasn't a piece. Might be a little piece there that almost washed out. I'm really trying to watch that. Could be pyrite or mica as well. Got my eye on something right there. Let's see if it moves. It stayed in there. Pan that back a little bit and see what we might have. Walk that back real slow. Seeing some gold. Oh yeah. Back up there. I heard some people say that touching with your finger puts oils in there. Anyone notice that to be like a big inconvenience? All right. See something going around. I don't know if that was gold. Yeah, maybe. Seems to be a little heavier. Me and my fat finger grease. All right, let's snuff that up. Let's see, I know I missed at least one up there. Yeah, a couple little ones up there. Oop, we just blew it around. All right, I think I got it all. One last time before I move on to the next pan. There might be some micro flour gold in there. I think I see some sparklies. All right, looks pretty good. What's that smell? Coffee. Man, this Firewall coffee sure is excellent. Wonder where someone could get something like this. Well, when I'm not out there looking for gold or running through pay dirt, my day-to-day job is in cybersecurity. So I'd like to take a couple moments to talk about my sponsor for this video, Firewall Coffee. Hey, what's going on? I need a status report. Everything's lighting up red and the phones are ringing off the hook at the help desk. Hey, are you looking into this? What? What are you doing? Wake up! Wake up! When everything lights up red and alerts start flying, that's the world cybersecurity teams live in. Firewall Coffee was brewed by cyber professionals who know the long nights, the on-call shifts, and the pressure of keeping systems online while everyone else sleeps. Every roast is built for focus and clarity, so you're sharp when it matters most. From SOC analysts to developers and IT leaders, Firewall Coffee fuels the people who keep technology secure. It's not just coffee, it's your first line of defense. So please use the link in this video's description if you want to check out all the different roasts Firewall Coffee has to offer. You can choose from whole bean coffee, ground coffee, or K-Cups. I'll also post a coupon code you can use as well to save some money. I really do appreciate all of your support for my channel. But really, thank you. I do appreciate the support. Anything you do to support this channel really helps me with this hobby and lets me keep putting out content. So thank you, I appreciate that. Pan number 2. Right, let's walk that back. Ooh, I see some shiny. So next month, I have a trip planned for Denver, just a work trip that I decided to tack on an extra day to reserve Shane Klesh's claim. About a couple hours outside of Denver. So really looking forward to that. January would not be my time of choice to go gold panning in the Rocky Mountains, but hey, why pass up the opportunity? All right, where was I? Someone interloped on my filming in the garage. So yeah, looking forward to getting out to Denver. Of course, I'll film what I'm doing there. I lost my rhythm here. Some pieces creeping. All right, not a bad return on that second pan. We'll scoop that up. Snuff it up. Get it all? Of course, I'm going to recheck one more time. You guys got nothing better to do, right? How'd I miss that one? Yeah, definitely a few more pieces in there. Oh, I washed that harshly. Gonna rip me up in the comments. Is that gold? Seems like it. But why is it washing away so fast? I don't know what else that would be. Just a weird shape. Maybe it's just catching the water. All right, pretty good. Now for the next one. Round 3, not including the bigs. Round 3 of the minus kitchen strainer. Not as much black sand left in this since I removed the magnetics, and some black sand can be non-magnetic, but it appears most of the black sand in this pay dirt was magnetic. And I'm up over 300 subscribers, so I really appreciate that. I think when I hit 500, I'll do some type of giveaway. Let's see if I find enough gold to give away half a gram. It might take my whole stock out, but so help me hit that 500 mark. And I will likely bring back a small amount of pay dirt from Colorado, from Klesh's site. Whatever I can get away with in my checked luggage. All right, let's pan this back. Looks like maybe some little garnets that were walking back there. So far, gold in every pan. I'm watching a couple of those pieces that look like they might be gold that are being walked back. I can see they only shine at a certain angle of light, where gold will shine no matter what angle you're looking at it, but something like pyrite or mica will shine a little only at certain angles. All right, let's get that snuffed up. Awesome. All right, still that round 3. Hand it back one more time, and I do see a little piece in there. So I'm glad I'm double, triple checking. All right, let's go on to the next one. My daughter came out. I let her pan back some. She found some gold in that one. The 4th pan, I think. So let's snuff that up, and then I'll go through it one more time. All right, let me pan that back one more time. It'd be crazy if she didn't miss any, and so far I've missed someone every pan back. 12. All right. Little piece, or definitely some tiny pieces there. All right. I think I'll do one more 5th and final pan of the minus kitchen strainer. And I have some things coming up, some things planned, crossover type things with Tom from Midwest Gold Fever. We're gonna do some more, we might be 4 hours apart. I'm near Cleveland and I think he's outside of Indianapolis, a little over 4 hours, but doesn't mean we can't collaborate. But we have some things planned using green screen technology. So as Tom says, we're just a bunch of goofballs trying to have fun. So if you haven't checked out Tom's channel, Midwest Gold Fever, he puts out a lot of good content, really good sense of humor, engaging videos. So watch out for our collaboration coming up. Pan that back. Little bit of black sand left up in there. Maybe I'll snuff this up and then clean that out when I do a snuffer dump. I think I got it. Of course, I'll go through it again, let you know if I missed anything. All right, let's go through the Plus kitchen strainer magnetics. I don't expect to find anything in here. Unless some gold really got sandwiched between a couple pieces of the magnetics. All right. Now, the magnetics, the smaller ones. My cool 3D print design makes little indentations that aren't the best for painting gold, but we'll deal with that. All right, either I'm really good at removing magnetics or I'm really bad at panning magnetics because I don't see any gold in there. Like not even a speck, so. I'll put this, keep the tailings, and I will be going back through those at a later date in a sluice. All right, ready for the snuffer dump? See what we have, other than bubbles. Not bad at all. I'll get that cleaned up and we'll do a weight. And there we go. Nice chunky gold flakes. At least one picker by Ohio standards. Nice. All right, let's get a weight. 100 grams, calibrated. We'll zero that out. Piece of dust in there. Nope. I think a piece bounced out. That's why I put the pan there. The other pan, a couple pieces. All right, we're definitely a little above a half gram. Let's get those other little pieces back in there. If I can get that. I don't think they're going to move the needle, but I want to keep all the gold together. Come on. All right, 0.51 grams. A little bit over the promised half gram, so really happy with that. It looks like it bumped up to 0.52. What I'm going to do now is add all my gold to date and see what I have. Ooh, 1.19 grams of gold. Not bad at today's prices. I will take that. So what do you think? Did I miss gold? Probably. A lot of gold? I don't think so. I'll go through it again. Go through the tailings and the sluice at a later date. I'll let that dry out. I'll rebag it. I have not thrown out any tailings from anything I've done, any of the pay dirts that I've got, or any of the trips that I've made. So let's check that out at another time. And anyone else ever have that happen with the, you have a similar type of magnetic tool, where as I pulled it up, it was riding up the sides of the thing? Interesting. You have to 3D print some kind of barrier that pops it off or something. Let me know what you think. I never experienced that before. This is I just got this too, this Klesh gold removal magnet that he sells on his site. I had some other ones that just were cheaper, more cumbersome to use, and I really like the look of this one. But let me know what you think. If you like Klesh's pay dirt, I'm sold. I'll get more, I'm sure. And if you bump me up, bump my views up, I'll get an even bigger discount next time. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it.